There are over 1.5 billion cows in the world, and each one has their own story to tell. It's time to hear 3 of them right now on You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Norwick with our pal Chad Hancock.
At it.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Geiger, you said that when you were in a band in high school,
Yeah,
that you were on a tour bus.
I was. Yeah.
Where did you go touring?
Walt Disney World one time, so it was less a tour than a trip.
Wait, you
but-
played like music at Disney World?
Yeah. We opened for Goof Troop. No, we were
Like the trombone on Space Mountain.
Goofy got on there. He's like, "Fuck my Garcian parents." No, he was punk rock. No, I was in the marching
Fuck
band.
my Garcian parents?
Well, he doesn't swear, other than I guess saying fuck.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Classic non-swear.
You were not in a punk rock band. You were in a nerd band, right? You, were,
Yeah, well, who's to say?
you played the saxophone, right?
I played the saxophone in marching band, and like concert band and jazz band. I was in like 3 bands. It's pretty
Wow.
awesome. Kind of like Dave Grohl was in like a couple different bands. We're kind of the same level of coolness. Yeah. I'm talking about my marching band in high school, and we went down to like every year or every other year, like the band and the choir would take turns like doing a trip somewhere. In my senior year, we went to Disney World and we marched in like the Mickey Parade or whatever.
Wow.
But that was just an excuse to go to Disney World, right? But
Mhm.
I got out of having to play because the day before the marching band day, we went to the beach. They like took us to the beach at like 4 a.m. and we were supposed to spend the day at the beach. And the guy's
What?
like, "Oh, like yeah, like it was a kind of a trip." So that we took the bus over to the beach and we're like, "Oh, just hang out at the
Classic
beach, just swim,"
4
and-
a.m. beach hang for
Yeah.
high schoolers.
I don't know why we
or
got there
whatever
so
you were.
fucking early. Yeah. It was like 4 or 5 a.m. And they're like, "Oh, by the way, there's a Ron Jon Surf Shop like a mile away. You guys just want to walk down the beach. You can go hang out there." I'm like, "Is it open?" It's like fucking 5 a.m., but whatever.
Get
So
there by 5:15.
They
So
sell
we can be
out
first
quick
in
on the
line.
day's supply. You gotta get there early if you want the good stuff.
so we start walking, and it turned out to be like 7 or 8 miles, like 10 miles down the beach. So at noon I got there, and I had not put on sunscreen because the sun was not up when we left. So I was fried. I mean, like laying on the bed while other people like slowly put aloe vera on my back, and I like screamed.
The
It was
bed
like,
at Ron Jon Surf Shop.
no,
You were-
we were staying in a hotel. I wasn't like sleeping on the street with my band. Ron John was applying aloe to my back. I'm like, "Who are you?"
I was laying in the employee break room, fried to a crisp.
I purposefully put this far away so that I can put oil on everyone who comes.
Hold on, I got to get ready for the morning shift at 3 a.m. Surf's up. So yeah, so I would have had to put like the saxophone around my neck with that big strap, and I could not do that. So I just got in the suit. I carried this. I was one of the guys that carried the sign in the front.
How would everybody else not get fried?
I don't know. It was just me and a buddy. Well, the buddy I had was already pretty tan, so I think he was fine. And I
Oh
don't-
yeah, that makes sense.
I was pale as bitch. And then I was red as bitch, and then I went back to being pale as bitch as soon as it all went away. But other than that, it was a fun trip.
Did you get anything at the surf shop or?
Yeah, t-shirt or something.
Aloe
I don't know. Yeah. Vitamin C. I don't know. Like, first aid. They actually, I think one of the teachers like called a series of cabs to get us all back because we had to get back by a certain time. It would have taken like the rest of the day to get back. To
I'll
our
take
bus.
I'll take those board shorts and an IV, please.
I'll take intravenous fluids, and then cool, a keychain. That's neat. But, yeah,
So,
pretty.
did that ruin your time, like at Disney, like walking around the park and stuff? Or, like,
A little bit. It's like
you have to put like a shoulder strap on the ride, and you're like, fuck, trying to ride a roller coaster.
I think I can't remember what order it was that we did it because we were there a couple different days. I know it was really bad the next day, and then the day after I was okay. So I think it just took a day to take the edge off, and then I was back to my prime, baby. So we were hanging out at Disney World with a bunch of my high school friends, but it was a good time. But yeah, that part sucked. The jog to Ron Jon. The other highlight is we had this giant. The bus driver was this big fat Santa Claus looking dude, and I mean huge. We did not know how he fit behind the wheel, and we went. The first day we got there, the next morning we woke up. This was pre Ron Jon's. This is the day before. They took us to a Shoney's or a Golden Corral. That was it. Went to Golden Corral for dinner.
Are you supposed to be dropping us here at 4 a.m.? I guess. See ya.
I got shit to do. I got to get down to Ron Jon's before they open up. Just drove the bus down there.
Enjoy your bottomless mashed potatoes. Shoves you into the corral.
Yeah. Well, we go to Golden Corral, and we all were eating, and we looked over his plate, and there was I shit you not, a 4-inch pile of just bacon and onion rings, and we were like, that fucker's gonna die. What are we doing? That doesn't look good. He ate the whole fucking thing, though.
Man knows what he likes. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe he's one of those guys that they eat a Big Mac every day. And they're somehow super healthy. That's his diet and it works for him. I don't know.
Mister, you're going to die. Yeah, I'm carting around a fucking marching band at 4 a.m. What do you think I'm trying to do?
Yeah, this is my life's zenith. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we actually failed. You have to audition to be in the parade at Disney World. And I guess the first, you have to go out on the field. It's they videotape you marching in formation.
Wait, before you leave for Disney World?
You have to be accepted to be in the parade. So you have to submit a tape to say how to march.
Oh, so you practiced it in Wisconsin, sent
it on the football field. And then they sent the tape in, and apparently we got rejected and we had to do it again. And I remember our band director was really pissed off about it. Because it's not okay, Disney World, who the fuck it's a bunch of fucking high school bands.
So by audition, you mean just keep doing it until it's good enough?
Basically, yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
He's screaming at you don't you want to go to Ron Jon's and Golden Corral? Get your ass in gear.
Well, it's why is Disney World setting the bar so high? It's a bunch of 5-year-olds screaming at Pluto. They don't give a shit whether we're doing John Philip Sousa in perfect, 4/8 pentameter.
We're gonna have fucking some quality control there.
No, they don't.
Those tickets are $200 each now. You think they're just going to let any old fucking schmuck?
Some family's going to be I paid $200 and the alto sax was out of key. They don't give a shit.
Some family probably will do that. Do you know people?
Who was that lobster using the saxophone?
And then it was weird at the beginning of the parade. There was we thought we saw Puff the Magic Dragon. We turned around, it was just a fucking fat bus driver walking around. He was fucking Oliver Platt size. It was huge.
Wow.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I mean, he's probably dead by now, but he was nice to us.
He's probably dead by now.
Well, he was also very old. This is
old and eating nothing but onion rings. So
yeah.
I will be at Golden Corral until Thursday night when we leave.
Do not bother me. I will be at my usual table. Please bring me a paper because I cannot get up.
If you need to find me, just follow the scent of bacon and onion rings. Lead you right to me.
Yeah, it was gross. I mean, I was not a healthy eater, and I'm not now either, but even I was dude, put sprinkle in some lettuce or something.
Okay. No? All right. Okay. Let's eat some cocktails. three snacks. Rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with the caramel apple. So we got 3 different cowtails. Now the typical cowtail is a caramel on the outside and then a like vanilla-ish cream on the inside, kind of like that, like bullseye candy. This caramel apple one has the same looking caramel on the outside, but the inside is a red color. Do you like regular cowtails?
I have no clue.
I can't remember if the last time, if ever, that I've had a cowtail.
Oh, I think they're pretty good.
If I had to guess, I'd say indifferent.
I mean, I would just never buy it because it looks like the kind of thing that would be super hard to eat. But actually, I mean, it's not now that I'm like, but like when I first opened these, I'm like, oh, these are going to be like really tough and chewy and stuff. But I guess looks can be deceiving. Like a cowtail can actually be soft, and like a guy that eats onion rings and bacon all day can actually be healthy. Who knew?
Yeah. He was in incredible shape.
Yeah. His ability to continue existing is now considered healthy.
Did he bus you from Saukville to Disney World? The same guy.
Yeah. Yeah, poor fucker.
Yeah, that fucking blows.
Bunch of a fucking
ass.
bus full of fucking high school.
No wonder he dumped you at the beach at 4 a.m. He wanted to be rid of you assholes.
The bus broke down at some point, too. We had to stop at a Waffle House somewhere at like 1 a.m. We were there for like 3 hours.
Did it break down, or did he just need to refill his bacon?
The carburetor's not working right. Hold on, I gotta get in. Hey, you got the onion rings?
2 of you better fuck this weekend, or I'm not bringing anyone back.
Whoa! Like you wanted to watch?
He didn't like you or all virgins.
That sunburn guy's already lubed up with aloe vera. Somebody jump on top of him.
Hey, if I was going to get laid that weekend,
ready.
you can come fucking peel my skin off as it happens. I wouldn't have cared.
I will be face peel if it means you will lay me.
You, Mason Verger, go get laid. Excuse me.
If someone doesn't fuck this kid having heat stroke, I'm going to do it. So someone step up.
I suddenly disagree with this plan. I don't. Oh God, please! Someone fuck me! Anybody? Would anybody fuck me? Fucking Santa Claus breaking my hips.
Listen, kid, you walk 10 miles to this store. Just relax. I'll take it from here. Oh God, no!
This is my reward.
If you feel something warm on your back, that's just bacon and onion rings. So don't worry about it.
That's just all the bacon grease that's drizzled down my chest.
I'm gonna say, I mean, it's kind of gooey. Did you get it right out of the fryer or what?
Nah, it's just onion strings. I just eat the breading off and throw the strings away. Some of them end up on my belly.
You know, like onion is kind of like grayish clearish.
Geiger, you like this thing?
Way more than I like getting fucked by a bus driver. I do actually. I was with Chad. I wasn't expecting much. Yeah, I think it's a nice consistency actually for this kind of chewy candy. It's soft, but it doesn't get like too badly wedged in your teeth. It's not like a sticky caramel. You can get through it pretty easy. And I actually think the caramel's not overly sweet, and the sour apple or whatever in the middle is actually sort of tart. Like there's a nice contrast to this thing that you normally isn't here. So this is solid like that. I'm surprised how much I actually do like this.
Chad?
Yeah, this snack is shocking to me. Actually, I had penciled this in already as like a strong dislike dat at best. But I think Geiger's right. I think the apple flavor there, like the flavor accuracy is pretty good for that apple. It somehow
Yeah.
tastes juicy, which is nice in sort of like a pleasant way, I guess. The caramel is not overpowering. The consistency is good. I think this is like that.
I'm gonna agree. This is not as good as the regular cowtail. Now, the regular one, since you guys said you were not familiar, tastes real similar to this, but the inside is just more of a vanilla flavor, which I like a bit better. But I
Right.
do think that this red inside, the apple, is better than it deserves to be. Caramel apple candy, I generally find pretty tasty. I like caramel apples themselves. I think this is a pretty tasty treat. We have a welcome visitor out of nowhere. Now, the one that looks maybe a little less promising, let's do that next. That's the strawberry smoothie one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has a very bright red color instead of that pleasing caramel shade.
This is what I look like after running the Ron Jon Surf Shop.
When I was a kid, we did a couple Florida trips. Definitely visited Ron Jon Surf Shop probably every time we were down there.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I remember us getting there that we had for years and sat on my brother's desk was this like shark. This
What's their
baby
logo?
shark, it was like a previously live little shark in a jar. In like a clear jar. And it sat on his desk for years.
Like a baby shark that was like killed and preserved kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess.
My mom had a big glass ball that had a tarantula in it, and she would keep it in her bathroom.
What?
Yeah, no, it was like a glass ball. It was the same thing where you like preserved. It was like and she had like a glass circle in a frame that had like a pressed butterfly, and then like a big tarantula in a glass ball. I have zero idea what the appeal of that is, unless you're like a sorceress or something. But
Baby shark.
I've never been to this Ron Jon Surf Shop.
it's
Santa, bus driver.
Should I go?
fine. I mean,
The surf shop?
Made me a man.
with his gentle touch.
And
onion
bacon,
ring fingers.
grease. Chad, what do you think of this one?
I was gonna say it looks like there's a Ron Jon Surf Shop just a mile down the road in Las Vegas from me. Should I walk there?
Yeah.
Las Vegas more than a mile. This is
Yeah, we understood the joke. Thanks.
this is kind of closer to what I was expecting. This one is nasty. I don't think this is good at all. The flavor here is really artificial. I don't think this combination works. So I don't taste any strawberry or smoothie. After 2 bites, I was definitely done with this one. This is a very strong dislike that for me.
Yeah, everything that was good about the first one is absent from this. It's weird that I'm not sure. Usually with the strawberry candy, it says strawberry smoothie, but then on the usually with strawberry candy, I can at least pick out that they're trying to make it strawberry, and I'm not even sure I would do that with this one. The cream, I guess, could be okay in the middle, but it's just so drowned out by that crappy, like generic berry flavored outside. So I'm also going to give this a dislike that.
Yeah, this is not good. Chad picked the perfect adjective for it, which was nasty. The strawberry flavor is really weird. It's like sour, sort of, which is not like a strawberry should be super sweet, but this is like a tart taste instead. And then the smoothie just doesn't. It's like a generic like yogurt taste. I don't know. I don't like it at all. This is a easy dislike that. This is As surprising as the last one was, this one was predictable.
All right, a unwelcome visitor. And we have just the honey bun flavor coming up next after the segment. Geiger.
Honey Bun is the nickname that bus driver gave me after the trip.
Oh, wow.
He traded me to his former bus driver for a pack of honey buns. So Novak lately...
Is it because your skin was oozing and it looked like honey? Is that why?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Freaking disgusting.
My bus famously of a honey hue.
Do you guys want to hear a kind of disgusting sunburn story?
Yeah, always.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I was in Japan. I was in actually Okinawa, and I went to this beach, and I was at the beach all day, and I had put sunblock on, but like, as you guys know, I'm super unflexible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought I had gotten it over my whole back, but there's like a big section of my back that I just can't reach with my hands, you know? Like, no matter what, I can't reach that part of my back.
Like most of
it. I was
it?
by myself, so I didn't have, like, anybody... What did you say?
You said there's a small section, and I said you mean most of it.
Yeah. Well, small on my back is large compared to most. But, yeah,
Did it
so...
tell you to walk up to Ron Jon Surf Shop?
Ron Jon.
So I was out at the beach all day trying to get, like a tan or something. Didn't realize that I had like missed this section. So then later that night, indeed, I'm heading to dinner, and I was very proud of myself. I had been able to read enough Japanese to figure out like what restaurant I wanted to go to and like read their menu and stuff. And I'm just sitting in the restaurant and I'm starting to feel fatigued and my back is like kind of itchy. So I'm like scratching my back, like against, like using the back of the chair to like scratch my back.
Real blue move of you right there.
And like, I feel something coming down my back and like reach behind and my skin is just like flaking off down my back, like onto the chair behind me, like as I'm scratching it. Mm-hmm. I ate my dinner and stuff, but like afterwards I went back to the hotel. I just felt like so sick and like I was so badly sunburned in just that patch.
Yeah.
So
did you figure out how to say bacon and onion rings in Japanese?
No, but I left a nice surprise for the next guest that got that chair in the form of a bunch of my skin on their seat.
K-Billy skin pile.
I constantly do that. Like, I'll get sunburn and I'll look and it's like patchy as hell. And I'm like, why am I not smart enough to apply like a regular layer of this?
Mine's always like, I'll have sandals on. I wear those like strappy Birkenstocky type sandals. And it's always like little triangles on my feet that were not covered by the straps. We interviewed a guy one time at work, and apparently he had been out on his boat the weekend before. It was like a Monday we interviewed him, and he was fried to a crisp and like molting in front of us. Like we were talking to him and like skin is falling off his face, and I'm like trying to focus, but I'm almost like, do you need to go? Like, are you? I really need this job. God.
I don't know if you're right for our company, but I know a bus driver looking for an apprentice that would be really interested in you.
I need to make my boat payments.
Gotta stay boating. Lay off the boat. Okay.
Segment.
So Novak, you lately have been guilty of hitting the O games quite hard. You're a big noted fan of the O games.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But we all know what the fans of this podcast are clamoring for.
Bus driver's been hitting the O rings. Novak's hitting the O games.
Nice. Yeah, he's like, oh, look at those O-rings. We're looking at the Olympics. He's like, what? And he got all excited. Because, everyone calls them the O-rings. What the fans of this podcast have been clamoring for is the duo games. So we have another duos tournament for you all here. So you guys know the drill by this point. We got a couple matchups with the duos, and then these two chuckleheads will figure out which one wins. So, as always, we start with food pairings. So your first pairing is mint and chocolate, a popular pairing of different desserts and candies and ice cream and whatnot. And a popular holiday pairing of turkey and stuffing. So, Chad, I think this maybe is easier for you, I think, because I know your predilection's one way or the other, but I'll let you start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've said before, not a big fan of mint. I'm actually surprised we haven't done turkey and stuffing in the duos tournament before. But that's one of my favorites. I love them both. It's Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. Turkey and stuffing are a big reason why. Turkey and stuffing.
Turkey and stuffing are good. And of course, the stuffing's cooked inside the turkey, which makes them the duo. But I like the pairing better.
Yes,
Okay.
Geiger definitely thought of that.
I don't pick up a fork full of turkey and stuffing together at the same time.
Really?
Whereas I like mint and chocolate together quite a bit. Like I love York's and Andy's mints and any kind of. I don't like the only version of it I don't like is the mint chip ice cream. But I think it's a fantastic pairing. I love it. I'm going to go with mint and chocolate.
So growing up, art stuffing, for the record, was outside the bird. So there were two different dishes together. I mean, there's still something you eat together. It's not like something you don't have stuffing without turkey generally.
Yeah, fucked up.
No, I'm right. My turn. So this is
the
tough
mint
now.
Traditionally cooked inside the chocolate. That's why that's two, right?
Yeah, right. The actual, when I was looking at a website for various like famous food pairings, they actually suggested turkey and cranberry sauce, and I'm like, I don't ever eat that, so I don't associate that as much with Thanksgiving as like I do stuffing. I love both these things. Mm-hmm. I will say I fucking love chocolate and mint. Mint chocolate chips, my favorite ice cream flavor. I love Andy's mints. I love those mint Oreos, and I probably have that pairing more than I eat. Like if I ate turkey and stuffing as often as I ate mint and chocolate, I probably would get sick of it a lot sooner. So I am also going to go mint and chocolate for that one.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Next food pairing, bagels and cream cheese. This is going to really test my verbal abilities here.
Bagels.
Bagels and cream cheese. Hey! And hot chocolate and marshmallows. So Novak, this one's you.
Both good.
Yep.
I can have hot chocolate without marshmallows if you put whipped cream on it instead. I don't think there's as good a substitute for a bagel as cream cheese. My kids, when they're little, and I think when I was little too, just put butter on them, which is fine too.
Yep.
But
I did that well into my 20s.
But bagels and cream cheese is an A+ combo. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, this one's easy for me. I love hot chocolate. You guys have made fun of me for this before, but I like to get hot chocolate at baseball games out here because San Francisco is an Arctic tundra. Although today it was 80 degrees today for like the second time this year. But I actually would take my hot chocolate without marshmallows by choice. Marshmallows get in the way of me chugging it. So
okay. Give me another. Well, Jesus.
And also going by the logic of like which one I have more that Geiger had in the last one, I have bagels and cream cheese way more, like at least once a week probably. So yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Let's just finish off the food then. That makes bagels and cream cheese versus mint and chocolate.
Yeah, bagels for
Chad.
me. What do you got, Novak?
Yeah, I actually have to go bagels.
Okay.
Hell
that's a fair choice. Okay.
That mint bullshit. Get out of here.
Oh, there's a catch. It's mint flavored cream cheese. No, pretty fucking nasty.
Famous.
You didn't have the most famous food duo of all, bacon and onion rings.
Bacon and onion rings. I didn't have the most favorite trio of all: bacon, onion rings, and bus driver cum.
Ron and John.
Old Ron and John. Yeah, I think it's Ron Jon is one name, right? I don't think it's two guys. All right, this next grouping is Disney characters, Disney pairings. So the first one, Lady and the Tramp, famous pair of dogs, and Beauty and the Beast. No Gaston, unfortunately, this time. The third one is Gaston and a 12-pack of beer. Let's check the archives. Novak, I think you're up here first now. Lady and the Tramp or Beauty and the Beast, which is your favorite pair of those pairs?
Well, Beauty and the Beast clearly the more famous of the two, but there's some issues with that movie.
As old as time.
What's the issues? It sucks balls, or like you mean beyond that?
Yeah, was that the issue you were referring to?
Yeah, there's some issues with that movie. It's boring as fuck.
Tale as old as time, kid as burned as hell.
Shop as long as bitch.
Barely even there, thought it was a mile. I'm gonna. The problem with it is that Beast is like a shithead the whole time, and like really does nothing to deserve being fallen in love with. Just is a complete fuck the entire movie.
Yeah.
And the Lady and the Tramp is two dogs, as far as I know, meeting together on a piece of spaghetti, which is, I believe, the climax of the movie, right?
So the Beauty and the Beast movie has problems because the Beast is an asshole? That's your big problem with the movie?
I mean, he kidnaps her, right? She falls in love with him because of Stockholm syndrome or whatever, right? So
yeah.
And he's like fucking like royalty or something. Like, fuck the royals. He's one of the royals. Beast.
Yeah, fucking blue-blooded beast with his hairy ass balls.
Tramp is like, he's like a rough house, like from the streets, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Lady and the Tramp.
He is a rough house from the streets. That's what it says in the movie synopsis.
Yeah, Beast, as a royal beast, it's problematic because there's that deleted scene where Beast goes to Epstein Island, so like that's never good. I agree with Novak. I like dogs. I don't give a fuck about like princesses and fucking whatever Beast is. Dogs are way more interesting. I like spaghetti. Like I want to watch that movie just for the spaghetti scene. That's my version of a burn.
That looks delicious.
Yeah, that's what gets me going. It's my version of a sunburned boy walking into my shop and asking for some aloe vera. Yeah, Lady and the Tramp for me.
Two guys who clearly know one scene from Lady and the Tramp.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, to be fair. But also, I probably know more songs from Beauty and the Beast, but like it's not. Like, I don't like them. Like, Be Our Guest sucks.
I think, Tramp saves the baby of Lady's family by killing a rat or something. Something like that.
I don't need fucking singing cutlery. Fuck that.
Okay. Well, look. Don't be fucking hating on Lumiere, played by the old guy from fucking NYPD Blue, which was the weirdest thing I ever heard before. Yeah, look, all I'll say in the Beast's favor is that if I was magically transformed into a hideous ghoul, had lost all my friends and family, I wouldn't be the chummiest friend you've ever met. Okay? I'd be a little beastly. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to get mad. All right. Next pairing. Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater from the Cars movies. Ugh. And
which one's Tow Mater? Is that Get Her Done?
Yes, that is.
Okay.
Larry, the cable
best
guy.
Friends in that? I've never seen fucking minute one of Cars.
Well, that's the so Cars. They're best friends, and then like in the second one, like Tow Mater kind of got popular as like the comic relief character, and the second one, which I was forced to watch repeatedly because my son loved it, like it's like mostly Tow Mater, and it's horrible. Tow Mater is annoying as fuck.
It's dropped off 100 miles from Ron Jon. You just fucking rust in the sun on the way there.
It's about Tow Mater trying to drag some fat fucking bus driver from Wisconsin all the way down to Florida. The other pairing is Woody and Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. The central pairing to infinity and beyond, indeed. So, guys, Buzz Lightyear, former royal who's a piece of shit, right? Or is that, do I not have that right? I don't know who's first here. You tell me.
I think me. The extent of Cars that I have seen was when I was on the Disney cruise and we were at the swimming pool. It was playing on this giant screen above the swimming pool. And I saw like about, 15, 20 minutes of it. That was the first Cars movie. Not even like this bad Cars 2 or whatever. And I'm like, this movie fucking sucks ass. Like, it was so bad, those 20 minutes that I saw. The Toy Story movies, I haven't seen the fourth one, but I've seen the first three. They're all really good. I don't know, Buzz Lightyear, maybe not the best character from there, but like, Woody's fine. Yeah, I'll take those two.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
For the same reasons, I'm going to go Toy Story.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Allen's a piece of shit, but other than that, I have not also seen the Buzz Lightyear movie that they made. That was totally unnecessary.
They gave him a backstory of like a human being or something.
Yeah, instead of being just a toy, he actually was some fucking soldier in a space battle or something.
Yeah, I read the Wikipedia plot summary for that movie, and it's actually fucked up. Like, it's the story is like really fucked.
It's the fog of war.
He tries to go light speed, and he comes back, and everybody's aged like 40 years or something. Then he keeps doing it through like generations. It's really weird. Like, everybody knows dies or something.
What the fuck?
Was it a sequel to Interstellar where he was like slamming his fist up against the bookcase? Like, no.
Yeah.
But also the Tomato movie with Daniel Day-Lewis was pretty decent.
Get our done.
I drink your oil. I drink your motor oil. I drink it up.
And that's the only quote from a Daniel Day-Lewis movie I can give you. I am the last of the Mohicans, right? Lightning?
Gettysburg Address, probably, in that Lincoln movie. I don't know.
Yeah. I think he gives the Gettysburg Address. He doesn't get up and say, Gettysburg Address. It's just the Cliff Notes version that you read. Abolish slavery. And then it just skips ahead an hour in the movie. Brains blown out. Credits. Okay. Lady and the Tramp versus Woody and Buzz. Novak?
Woody and Buzz are a pretty likable duo. Lady and the Tramp have the spaghetti.
You guys hungry or something? I sense a dumb favorite building up steam here.
Novak and I love a plate of pasta, okay? This is defensible.
I'm hanging out with Chef Boyardee tonight. All right. So you're taking Lady and Tramp?
Pretty good.
Yeah, the movie I haven't seen. I like that one because I saw a single plate of pasta.
It is pretty good. So, Lady and the Tramp.
Chad?
I would rather watch the Toy Story movies than Lady and the Tramp. But if we're talking about as a duo, Lady and the Tramp are a romantic pairing. They get together, they fuck, probably doggy style. And outside of like some internet searches that I may or may not have done, I don't think Woody and Buzz Lightyear actually fuck on canon. So I'm going to go Lady and the Tramp, also spaghetti.
Woody, Buzz Lightyear's just got a bent over, just pulling Woody's string over and over again.
And he's coming.
So you like Lady and the Tramp because you're presuming this Disney dog movie featured fucking.
No, I mean after the credits roll.
Yeah, off screen.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she might be pregnant at the end. There's like a bunch of pups.
Yeah, they show her belly button has popped out and stuff.
Yes, yeah, it was very scientifically
Yes.
accurate, if I recall. Oh, and the dogs talk.
Yeah,
Um,
they show that she's getting a little doggy ultrasound.
Yeah. It's called Lady and the sequel was Lady and the Dilated Cervix, I think it was called. I don't know if that's even a thing. Okay, anyway, moving on.
88% of the dogs usually survive, children.
But not if they're roughnecks from the streets. Okay, next pairing. These are animal pairings, common animals paired together. And the first one, a little bit of a play on Lady and the Tramp. It's dogs and cats, or cats and dogs, however you want to say it. It's a common mortal enemies, often paired together. And the other one is the tortoise and the hare, right, from the old parable. They're often looped together as well, more as a metaphor than in real life or in nature, but who gives a fuck? All right. So, Chad, dogs and cats or tortoise and the hare?
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. It's from Ghostbusters. I love dogs. Dogs, one of my favorite things. It's so great to watch them eat spaghetti. I don't give a fuck about tortoise and the hare. Like, I actually think that story's kind of lame. But is it, because like they're like, oh yeah, just like keep trying and like eventually you'll win the race. It's like, no, whoever has the money wins the race. That's how life works.
What? Yeah. Carl Lewis, famous millionaire.
Well, Carl Lewis, no turtle, right? Like he was not a turtle.
No,
I think it's like a false message from Turtle and the Hare. So even though I don't love the cat part of cats and dogs, my love for dogs and my dislike for the tortoise and the hare story, I will vote dogs and cats.
I think the message of Tortoise and the Hare is about persistence. And
no, it's about having lots of money.
But it's a lie. Just because you persist doesn't mean you're going to win.
But little known fact is that the tortoise is fucking loaded and ends up winning. Every distraction along the way was devised by Tortoise, Saw style. So, I'm going Tortoise and Hare.
Tortoise just strolls up the fish line, pulls out a fat stack. All right. How do we slow down this rabbit? So which one did you pick, Novak?
We're split.
Okay.
Rabbit, stop at the bus stop or a bomb will explode in your heart.
Bus driver, quit stopping at fucking Golden Corral or an artery will explode in your heart. Who's that? Oh, hey, Saw, what's up? Back again this week? All right. In an effort to shake up the dog, we already have a dog pair in here, so I'm going to just go tortoise and hare to make it different. Okay. Second classic pairing of animals. Birds and the bees. Definitely about the animals. It has nothing to do with anything else but animal pairing. And another bird
to you
theme
by a bus driver.
As taught to me by Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
Birds and the bees and early bird and the worm. So we all know the early bird gets the worm. It's a classic animal pairing.
Bird splitting time here. It's bird versus bird.
And
bird
one
action.
bird eats the worm, right?
Good
and
pair.
The other one,
the worm is baked inside the bird's belly. That's why it's a duo.
Yes. And in the other one, apparently a bird fucks a bee. So.
Yeah, why do they call it birds and the bee? It doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah, it should be like bees and flowers, or
like male bird and female bird.
Yeah, they both have bees in them, I think. But I'm gonna go birds and bees for no good reason.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and... You guys know that song?
Not sung like that, but yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's why it's called Birds and Bees from that song.
Emmett Otter singing it from the Jug Band and Muppets, but yeah.
I like animals fucking birds and bees.
Okay. All right. Tortoise and hare versus birds and bees. Chad.
I mean, all right. What's a better message to teach your kid? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Is you need to teach your kid about the importance of, like how reproduction, right? Consent, all those kinds of things that come along with birds and bees. Or you got to teach your kids money wins. Like, which is a better lesson here? I'm going birds and bees.
Birds and bees.
All right. Birds and the bees it is. Okay. Last grouping, as always, is a wild card round. So these are just random pairings of things. Okay, guys? The first one, wheeling and dealing. Classic pair.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Right? Things people do. Compared to bitching and moaning. A lot of people do that too. So, did you just moan, or were you not liking the choice?
Oh, yeah.
Novak.
I know that bitches be moaning, but I think that it's... this one's easy. One's complaining, and the other one is, I guess, what is wheeling and dealing imply?
Hey.
Making deals, getting
making
things
deals,
done.
moving up in the world. Yeah,
ABC,
Yeah.
always be close.
That one
tasks.
sounds better. Yeah, wheeling and dealing.
Chad, are you disagreeing or okay?
No, I know that wheels be dealing. I know that. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the negativity and stuff. Who likes that? So yeah, of course, wheeling and dealing.
No, nice guys. I like that. All right. Last pairing of the tournament. Your choices are fucking around and finding out. So you can either fuck around or you can find out. A lot of times you do both. That's how it works. But that's why they make such a good pair. So Chad, fuck around or find out.
Wait, I thought that was one duo, was the fucking around and the finding out versus like fucking and around is not a duo.
Fuck and around is a duo?
Yep. I did this quickly at work.
Find and out. Classic duo of find and out.
All right, hold on. I didn't think this through. Okay, so fucking around and finding out can be one.
Sounds like you fucked around and found out.
Statler and Waldorf.
All right. All right, here. Fucking around and finding out, and then we'll go styling and profiling. How's that? We'll do Ric Flair. How's that?
Well, look at this guy wheeling and dealing on his own bracket.
Styling, profiling, and freestyling. That's what I'm doing over here. All right, so Chad, fuck around and find out, or style and profile. Or you can do fucking and then around as one pair. I like being around.
Yeah, styling and profiling, something I have literally no experience with in my entire life.
Well, you got to do more wheeling dealing.
Never been stylish. I guess I've taken some profile pics in my life, but I wouldn't call those profiling. I'll go fuck around and find out.
The only profiling I need to be doing is investigating this bus driver for lewd activity.
Oh, thanks, man. No one ever takes me seriously.
I'm gonna go with the one that was in the tournament originally. So I'm going finding it and out.
Yeah. No, that's not finding and out. All right, fuck around and find out versus... Oh, we did that way. So, fuck around and find out versus wheeling and dealing.
Wheeling and dealing.
Okay. Yeah, same. Wheeling and
dealing. Okay, cool. All right, let's just go on the bottom and then work our way up. Wheeling and dealing versus birds and the bees. Kind of the same, a little bit, sometimes.
How?
It is? You paying for sex?
Yeah. Prostitutes, you wheel and deal with them, right? Hey, who's interested in my penis?
$10 to teach me how this is done.
How much for some birds and the bees? How much does that cost?
$10 and you can fuck around, and then later we'll find out what happens.
How much for you to stand around in the sun all day until your skin starts to peel? Okay, wait, it was Wheelin' and Dealin' versus Birds and Bees.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I like making things happen. I like seeing things move. I'm gonna go Wheelin' and Dealin' here.
Okay.
Sounds like the cooler thing.
Yeah, Birds and the Bees is nice, but again, that can be an awkward conversation. It's usually the conversation you're having with your parent or child. But Wheelin' and Dealin' can be had amongst anybody.
You can wheel and deal with your kids, and it won't be awkward at all.
Be it, I don't know. Let me think of like a random pairing, like me and a prostitute.
Also, a lady and a tramp.
Wheeling and dealing.
Okay, so up at the top of the bracket, we got bagels and cream cheese versus Lady and the Tramp. Go.
All right. Lady and the Tramp really has had a better run than anyone would have expected.
But the spaghetti.
I almost didn't add it because I didn't know if you'd know what I was talking about. And here we are now.
We don't, and here it is.
You think we don't know of the movie Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah, summarize the plot for me.
I don't have to. I've heard of many movies. Like, I haven't seen...
Two dogs go out to an Italian dinner.
M. Night Shyamalan's old, but, like, I know it exists, you know?
That's an odd pull, but okay.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Lady and the Tramp.
Okay. Chad?
I thought of that because there's a trailer for a new M. Night Shyamalan movie that just came out today that I watched called Trap, which looks. You guys should watch the trailer because it looks fucking terrible.
The twist.
The twist is there's a twist in the trailer. The trailer has a twist halfway through.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So it was Lady and the Tramp versus Bagels and Cream Cheese.
Yes.
I can't deny my one true love. I do love dogs, but I also love food. Mm-hmm. So, this is a classic dogs versus food matchup. But the one has both dogs and food, doesn't it? My heart wants to vote Bagels and Cream Cheese, but my brain wants to piss Geiger off and vote Lady and the Tramp.
Is that what you're choosing?
Yes.
Okay. Lady and the Tramp against classic pairing Wheelin' and Dealin', I think, won the bottom. Chad, finish her off.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. It just sounds like a fun thing to do. I think I'm going to go Wheelin' and Dealin'.
Wheelin' and Dealin'. I'm not much of a salesman, really, or a negotiator. Like, I go to buy a car, I don't want to negotiate. I don't actually like Wheelin' and Dealin', right? That's maybe a person I wish I
love Lady
was.
and the Tramp, a movie you've seen so many times.
Yeah, you love Lady and Trampin'.
I didn't look. Geiger didn't start walking to Ron Jon Surf Shop and stop after 6 miles when he had 7 to go. I didn't fucking bring Lady and the Tramp all this goddamn way just to drop him now. Okay? Lady and the Tramp.
Wow. Geiger. What the fuck are we doing here? Lady and the... all right.
This is like gotta be the worst finals of this tournament.
This is strange. I'll tell you what. My main enjoyment of this is going back and seeing what won previous tournaments. And I would love to, at some point in the future, have to describe that Wheelin' and Dealin' is the best pair of all time because it makes no fucking sense.
Mhm.
So I'm choosing that. So
All
Wheelin'
right.
and Dealin', congratulations. You are the duos game champion.
Okay, we've got the Honey Bun cowtails left to go. Now, Honey Bun, I don't think it's tying it in necessarily with like the branded snack, but just looks like a cinnamon roll. Chewy honey bun flavored caramel with a cream center.
Wait, are these made by a company named Goatsy?
Yeah.
Supposed to be like Gotz's or something. We've had
Yeah.
we've had some goatsy snacks before.
I bet we have.
They definitely make bullseyes, which actually looks like a goatsy. It's like the circle caramel with like the red with the white circle in the middle of it.
And it's got the fingers that they draw on, pulling it apart.
Yeah.
Right. Cavernous asshole. Wow, this is very honey flavored.
Sides are burned, like where it starts where your skin would be burned after you get out of your asshole.
I didn't burn my asshole. I was walking, my man.
Don't you walk ass on?
Put the aloe in my gaping maw.
I usually walk when I walk, especially if I'm like jogging the beach. I spread my ass cheeks apart in the sun so I get an even tan.
Drizzle the aloe into my goatsy.
That's why I always insist on going to the beach at 4 a.m. I can't be arrested for lewd behavior.
So this caramel is tasty like the original, and like the caramel apple one we had. I find it to be a little chewier than the other ones. I don't love cinnamon rolls or the cinnamon roll flavored snacks.
Bad take.
I don't think this is hitting home like the apple one was. I don't like the smell as much. I will say, having tried a regular one, I think a regular, if you're going to get them, is better than all of these. This one, I think, is still kind of tasty, but to separate them, I couldn't see myself getting this one ever again. I'm going to give this an indifferent to that. I think it falls squarely in the middle of the other ones. Geiger.
At first bite, I didn't think I liked it that much, but the more I'm eating it, the more it's kind of growing on me. I like that cinnamon flavor. I do think it actually approximates at least like the generic version of what a cinnamon roll is. Like there's some you can taste like the cinnamon sugar in it. It's bordering on too sweet, but it's not quite too sweet. So I'm very surprised again. I probably will give this a low level like that. I don't normally like honey kind of as a flavor, but it's not so strong that it's too much for me. I kind of like it.
Okay, in order for it to catch the caramel apple, it's going to need a love from Chad. Chad, what do you think?
This is my favorite of the day. I will say that.
Wow.
I like cinnamon a lot. The cinnamon kind of comes through there. I like honey a lot. And I will say when I first started eating it, I thought the caramel apple was better. But as I continued to eat it and it built up more, I started to like really kind of taste the honey and stuff. Then I started to like it a lot more. It's still not something that is like, it's not even close to like a top tier snack for me. Like, even these ones that I'm giving like that's to, I'm not going to be rushing out to buy them again. I think they're pretty tasty. And this one is my favorite, but it's still just kind of like a mild to middle like that for me.
Okay, still a very good score. The caramel apple is going to just eke out the victory over the honey bun. I will say, overall, it seemed like we were surprised with how decent these cowtails were. Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you are either Ron or John or Ron Jon, whatever configuration that is, give us some merch. We've shouted you out a whole bunch today.
What do they sell at Ron Jon Surf Shops? It's never been. Is it like Big Johnson t-shirts or something? Or like what?
It's a lot of
Board
clothes.
shorts, and tchotchkes, apparel, surfboards.
Shells?
It's super touristy, like for
Mhm.
someone who doesn't live near water.
Surfboards?
Cups of water.
Yeah, probably.
The rubes that have never
Probably
seen it
surfboards.
before. Yeah, surfboards, wax.
Okay.
If you are Walt Disney World, lower your fucking stand. Let any old kids march. Who gives a shit? We're not there for the high school band. I don't go there to watch a high school band. I go there to leer at Ariel. Wait, what? No. I'm kidding. I go there to see Tow Mater and Tow Mater only. Get our done. If you would like to suggest a snack for the podcast, let us know what you think about our snack ratings. You can do so at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're also on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We are on Twitter. Anywhere really that you're, and Facebook. Anywhere that you can get your podcast, you can listen to us. Please, if you do like it, leave a review or or tell your friends and family that, hey, these guys are semi-entertaining idiots. And as always, thanks for listening.
No one leers like Gagstein.
Does he say get her done in the movies?
No.
Oh,
That's just Larry the Cable Guy does that.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
his thing.
Okay, Gary,
Mhm.
marching band, right?
Yeah.
Did you have to learn things like we're gonna form like the letter S for Saukville or whatever, like in the field, or was it just marching straight?
Well, usually in a parade, you're just marching straight and you're turning, right? There's not enough room in the street to make a letter and no one could see it anyway because they're all ground level. But for football games and stuff, we did occasionally have formations. Like I think one time our vice principal, who was also the football coach, like got his 400th win or some bullshit. So we had to spell Al on the center field because his name was Al.
You had a goatsy formation, right? Isn't that one you did?
We did goatsy, and like I was one of the fingers, and I had to like stretch out the butthole.
Mm-hmm.
400th win. How fucking old is this guy?
He was old. I don't know, maybe it wasn't 400. He had been around a long time.
High school teams win like 6 or 7 games a year.
He was a vice principal in name only. His primary job was to coach the football team.
You forgot to mention your coach was the crypt keeper. That was
Yeah. Our coach was Newt Rockney.
Wheel him out.
All right, boys and ghouls, line up in the shotgun.
Let's also just say we weren't exactly running the West Coast offense out there. Yeah, I think a
line up in the shotguns.
A pet rock can probably call the offense of run left, run right, run middle. So it wasn't very sophisticated.
Did your dad show up to the game, pretend that you were one of the players in that in marching band?
Yeah, no, he's a lineman. He's just hurt. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He ripped his butthole out in Florida somewhere. I don't know what happened. Yeah,
hey,
no.
Dad. Is that him? No, it's not fucking him.
I'm not his goddamn father. No, he was always. I will say, my dad was a high school jock. He did play high school football. I tried to for 1 year. I was small and ineffective. But he was always proud of me no matter what he did, or at least that's what he said to me. So he's either a good liar or he's a supportive father.
We'll find out someday. Face every single day. Like, how often you think about now how often you lie to your kids about random day-to-day shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you're not proud of them at all.
I would come up and be like, Dad, he'd like, Jeremy, you see my son somewhere? Or is he still in the end zone with the cheerleaders? Like, excuse me?
My son is there. He just points at the bus driver eating a quarter bacon.
The guy wasn't our personal bus driver. I didn't need to be driven to our high school. That was near my house. Also, we were not a very good marching band in terms of formation. My dad always used to laugh because, like, we'd play like some popular songs. For example, he'd be like, "I've always wanted to know what regular songs sounded like, only at half speed." Because it would be like, all right now. It's like, all right now. Like, it's like, that's a terrible version. Thanks, Dad. I'm just here for the football.
Did you ever get a saxophone solo?
I thought you were asking me if I ever got a sack in football. Like, did you ever get a saxophone solo? How'd you do, son? Real loudly around his friends.
Was it you in Stanford band video?
Just laying a dude out. Yeah, I did. I don't actually, in retrospect, I don't think the Stanford band guy did a DX chop in the dude's face.
Something that our podcast listeners were able to see you do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he actually got fucking obliterated.
Fucking demolished by a college football player. Yeah, no, I didn't get any sax solos in marching band because that really wasn't a thing. It's a marching band, but I did get
Step
a bunch
out of formation.
playing the Star Spangled Banner. I'm like, wow, all right now. Is that the one song you know? No, but I did do a lot of sax solos and like freestyle solos in jazz band, and it was pretty.
Get back in line, you fuck! It's Al's 400th win. You're blowing it.
We're bring him to me.
We're gonna take him off life support after this win. All right, get in line.
We had just enough kids to spell Al. Thank God his name wasn't longer.
Bring you to Al's wheelchair and push you down to his feet. Kiss my goddamn feet.
What was he?
I'm Al, motherfucker. How dare you?
Is he Darth Plagueis? What is the fuck? Kneel before Al. What the fuck?
137 years old.
There was once a football coach who could defy death. Excuse me? Run the fucking hook and ladder. What? Al.
You know what, son? I like you because you're the only person here whose skin is peeling more than mine.
Now play All Right Now as I go into heaven. But do it mournfully.
All right. Let's go do it this time. We'll be back next time. Trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Jesus.
Yep.